At the simplest level, money laundering is what happens when criminals disguise the origin and ownership of illegally obtained funds. But it's not just one trick. Think of it like a theater production, layers of actors, props, and stagehands that make the final scene look real. Imagine this short scene. A courier drops a suitcase of cash in City A. 2 days later, a wire transfer shows up from a company in country B. A week after that, the money lands in an offshore account. By the time investigators start asking questions, the trail looks like a roadmap with half the streets erased. How would you even begin to trace that path? Money laundering can be as simple as depositing illegal cash into one account and transferring it to another, or as complex as a multi-layered scheme involving several steps, intermediaries, and financial institutions. Here's the key. Laundering usually isn't about a single €200 or €2,000. Criminals rarely bother with tiny amounts when they can just spend them. Instead, they work at scale, or they use many small transactions that, when stitched together, form a convincing cover story. But don't let scale fool you. The technique matters. Cross-border transfers, complex corporate structures, shell companies, crypto tools, and layered financial instruments all make tracing the money much harder. Each step adds a bit more distance between the cash and the crime. Quick check. If you were the investigator, what would you look for first? Most people start with who moved the money, where it went, and why that route makes no commercial sense. Here are 3 things I want you to remember. Purpose. Money laundering's main goal is to hide the origin and the true owner of illegal funds, so those funds appear legitimate. Methods. It can be as simple as converting cash into digital funds and sending it abroad, or as complex as a multi-step strategy designed to obscure the trail. Scale. Usually, criminals don't bother laundering tiny sums, but small transactions can be stitched together into a larger, organized scheme, so don't dismiss small activities just because each single transfer looks insignificant.
If you found this lesson useful, you'll find the full Anti-Money Laundering Basics course linked below. It includes all stages, red flags, and practical exercises to help you build real compliance skills.